good evening from Indonesia, or maybe good afternoon or good morning from other side of the world. To the Honorable Principal of SD Aisyah Malang, Indonesia, Ms. Reni Nur Farida, and my beloved lecturer as a guest speaker here, Ma'am Atit Manan Andini, and and my global friends as a keynote speakers, Ms. Nirmala Devi, Ms. Hema, and also Ms. Hola. At last but not least, even she is the initiator of this event is Ramkumari Mam from India. Okay. And I would like to read the flow of the program for this evening session. Okay. First, we will have opening by Principal of SD Aisyah Malang, Mr. Reni Mam, and also welcome dance, that is Berskalan dance from students of SD Aisyah Malang. And the third is launching poetry book by Ramkumari Mam, and then a guest speaker by Ms. Tatit in woman empowerment, and also keynote speaker from Malaysia, Ms. Nirmala Devi Kandasamy, and then the keynote speaker from Indonesia, Ms. Laila, keynote speaker from India, Dr. Hema Menon Mam, and also keynote speaker from Indonesia, Ms. Hola. And then question and answer, and the last will be vote of thanks by Ranjani Mam Nandwana. And the last is closing. It's all participants will get certificate, so don't miss this session because the link of certificate will be shared at the end of this session. And without further ado, I will invite Principal of SD Aisyah Malang, Indonesia, Ms. Reni Mam. Time is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Urifa. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here today. At this agenda, my name is Reni Nur Farida, the principal of primary school Aisyah, Malang City. I am very pleased to able to welcome those of you to the international webinar Women Empowerment. Before we get started, I would like to express my appreciation to the crew who has organized this program, Ms. Ramkumari and Ms. Urifa as international collaborator, and also teacher Amy as the secretariat. In this webinar, we hope to open the mindset of women to always contribute and innovate for the development of the nation and the world. Well, I do not want to take too much time. Once again, welcome and thank you very much for attending this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reni, for opening this session. And the second, let's see the presentation from students of SD Aisyah Kota Malang. They will they will present a welcome dance. It's Malanges dance, that is the Baskalan dance. Ma'am Amy, would you please to share?
Is it audible, ma'am?
Yes, it is audible. Lovely, lovely. So here is one top extracurricular from SD Asia Indonesia, and the students perform very beautifully. Thank you, Miss Amy, and I would like to invite Miss Ramkumari Ma'am from India to have a grand opening for her books, poetry books. Ramkumari Ma'am, the floor is yours.
Yes, Eureka ma'am. Thank you so much. Ma'am, when I will say you please present the screen, the photos which is shared with you. Okay?
Okay. Is it ma'am?
Yes. Dear friends and especially my respected director ma'am, Mrs. Hema ma'am, our director sir, Mr. Vijay Menon sir, our principal ma'am, Mrs. Bina ma'am, Rima ji, Rajesh sir, Poonam Tiwari ji, Tanvir Khan ma'am, all are my loving and close friends. Thank you so much for your presence over here. This is my first book. The name is Albeli. Albeli is my pen name also. And to review his book, to say a few words about this book, I would like to call my close friend, Mrs. Poonam Tiwari, for this. Done, Yurifa ma'am.
Wait, yes.
Poonam Tiwari ma'am. Ma'am, this I will show later.
This one?
Yeah, this I will share. Okay.
चले रामकुमारी जी?
जी मैम, आप शुरू कीजिए. Yurifa ma'am, you can stop presentation now.
Good evening and assalamu alaikum to respected Hema Menon ma'am and speaker of the evening Tatit Menon Andini ma'am and all the dignitaries presented here from Indonesia, Malaysia and my own country, India. Happy Republic Day to all my Indian friends presented here, all the Indians of the evening. First of all, I would like to thank my dear friend Ramkumari Karnake Albeli ji for giving me opportunity to view and to give review on her first book, Albeli. Albeli means pretty and playful, as she is, and I know you all agree with this thing. Congratulations, Ramkumari ji, for achieving first step of her literary journey. Blessings of Ma Saraswati in the form of Albeli.
Wonderful.
So, without taking much more time and giving value to time is money, I'll start my part. The poetess of the evening, Ramkumari Albeli ji, can be compared to Chrysalis, full of eagerness to express herself. We can say the title of the book reflects her own perceptions of life. The poem takes us to a childlike enthusiasm, growing into mature understanding of woman's life. She has used all forms of poetic expressions like rhyme and rhythm, as well as sonnets and couplets. The flow of the poems is smooth and unbroken. Her use of metaphor and irony are well woven into humor. The language used is simple and fluid, which anybody can understand easily. For taking the first step in every aspect of life, one has to give their best. And she stands successful in trying her best in the aspects of her life. Albeli is the collection of 25 poems in which the poetess has brought together the varied expression and emotions of life, such as joys of freedom, peacefulness of dream, the story of time itself. Then there are the paradoxes of nature and technology, of pain and hope, obstacles in life and desire to freeze happy moments. She can express the roller coaster of emotions like the tug of war at crossroads of life, the story of soil's own feelings, the untold stories, and flight of imagination. Of the 25 poems, I've chosen few to highlight, as they present the exact feeling and sole subject of the book. I'd like to begin with the poem Alveli, which is also the title of the book. The poetess also takes on the pen name Alveli. So here, everywhere is Alveli, pretty and playful. It is short and sweet poem. I'm talking about poem Alveli, which she has given here on 11th number. It is short and sweet poem telling us of the deep feeling of the soil expressed here. The poem begins with the couplet which contains the feeling and meaning of the whole poem in 2 lines. मिट्टी हूं मैं. I'll explain you that 2 lines. मिट्टी हूं मैं, रहने दो थोड़ी गीली. मिट्टी हूं मैं, रहने दो थोड़ी गीली. उड़ी हवा में तो हो जाओगी तुम मैली. It means let her be the soil in its right place, under the feet and weight. She should not be displaced and disturbed from her position. Otherwise, nature will show its fury. This shows the poet's worry over the destruction of environment. Another poem is Kalpana, means imagination. This poem reminds me of the beautiful sayings. The world is full of beauty when your heart is filled with love. Without its life journey is not easy. Everything has 2 aspects, positive and negative. And nothing is universal truth. And this is the joy of life as well as the pain of life. ईश्वर तेरी सुंदर कल्पना हूं मैं. ईश्वर तेरी सुंदर कल्पना हूं मैं. खुद पर ही गर्वित हूं मैं. खुद पर ही गर्वित हूं मैं. और क्यों न गर्व महसूस करूं. और क्यों न गर्व महसूस करूं. आखिर तेरी कल्पना हूं मैं. ध्यान दीजिएगा, बहुत सुंदर उन्होंने व्यक्त किया है अपने भाव को, एक सकारात्मक ऊर्जा को. She has shows her positive way to see the aspects, every aspects of life in positive way. ईश्वर तेरी सुंदर कल्पना हूं मैं. खुद पर ही गर्वित हूं मैं. और क्यों न गर्व महसूस करूं. आखिर तेरी कल्पना हूं मैं. In these lines, the poetess is expressing her gratitude as well as pride for being created by God with many virtues. Thank you all. And once again, congratulations to my dear friend Ram Kumari Karnake Albeli, and best wishes for future.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Poonamji. Thank you so much. Urifa ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
when I will say na, you start presenting my photos, okay? Which
Okay.
I given you yesterday.
Okay.
Dear friends, this is my first book, and I'm able to publish this book because of the economically support of our respected director, Mr. Vijay Menon sir. During the COVID situation, my whole life was disturbed very badly. But sir has given, means to all of us, all the members of Essence family, sir has given us blessings, and with economic support only I'm able to publish my book here. So for that only, for I cannot express my feeling what the crisis were there in my life at that time. Still I'm going on from those things, but now I'm could able to manage them, and so that I have dedicated this book to our respected or honorable director, Mr. Vijay Menon sir. I'm very much, next slide ma'am, I'm very much thankful to our respected director, Mrs. Hema ma'am, Dr. Hema Menon, that she has given her valuable time, and she has given her blessings to me. Her blessings, you can see it is there in her feelings, her blessings are there in the form of words in my book. I am also very thankful for the Yurifa ma'am. She is she is my first international friend, and she also has given me her support to publish my book. I'm very much thankful to Mrs. Bina ma'am, our principal ma'am, who was given me the inspiration. When we were there in the school, and in the beginning only, we got the first prize from school only. The competition was there, and we got some prizes for the poetry. And at that time, she has boosted me a lot. And because of that only, I'm able to, I have started my journey as a poet. I'm also very thankful for the great writer of Nagpur. We must say he's a great writer of India, Dr. Sagar Khadiwala sir, and he has also given me his blessings, his guidance. Under his guidance, I'm able to do my work. I'm very much thankful to my cute, lovely sister Rima ji. She has always supported me and guided me. She has done everything. I'm the only writer here. She is the whole and sole person who take care of my book. Thank you, Rima Didi. Our publication
Congrats,
department
Ramkumari.
of the publication. Thank you, Rima ji. Our publication head
Congrats
department,
a lot.
Mr. Rajesh. Ji, thank you, Didi. Our publication head department, Mr. Rajesh Nande sir. Thank you, sir, for your cooperation and support. I'm also very much thankful to the people, those who have given their contributions. They have given some ads here. So by their economical support, I'm able to continuing this work here. They are the School of Creativity people, director of their Samir sir and Harshvardhan sir. CP Abacus trainer. I'm a CP Abacus trainer also. So from there I got also support. And Poonam Tiwari ji, she has also contributed here. Her school, you can see in the beginning only, Mother Care Kindergarten is there. And many more things are there, many more my friends, those who all are here in this meeting, their positivity, their encouragement are always with me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody.
Congratulations, Ramkumari ma'am.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's very well done, Ramkumari, and also team. And now I will offer to Miss Emmy.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone, and good evening to all of you. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Emmy Fatmawati, the moderator of this seminar. I'm very pleased to be here with you all. And our seminar today is about women empowerment. All right. First, everyone, let's welcome our guest speaker, Mrs. Tatit Menon Andini. Before listening to her presentation, let me present her curriculum vitae. Name, Tatit Menon Andini. Education, undergraduate, State University Jember, East Java, Indonesia. In English literature, postgraduate, State University of Surakarta, Central Java, Indonesia in Linguistic Translation Studies. Job identity. Ms. Tatit has been teaching in University of Muhammadiyah Malang since 1991 and present. As a teacher in English Language Education Department, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, as the chief of the Center of Women Empowerment and Children Care of University of Muhammadiyah Malang since 2015 to present. And here are her research. Ms. Tatit has done some research related to education and also some related to gender and inclusion. One of her research is about learning style and gender differences. Student of ELED of University of Muhammadiyah Malang 2021. And now, please, Ma'am Tatit, share your wonderful presentation. Now, Ma'am Tatit, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Bu Emi. Ya, Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La haula wala quwata illa billah. Good evening from Indonesia for you all. And thank you, God, for your bless. We can meet here to share interesting topic. I think discussing about women, that there are so many things that we can share. Yeah, so that's why I think this agenda is very, very good and interesting. And then the honorable principal of SD Aisyah Kota Malang, Ibu Reni. I prefer like Ibu and also Ibu Ponam, yeah, Tiffari. Yeah, okay, thank you very much. And Ibu Reni, thank you for the chance given to me to be a speaker here. And also the other speaker, Ibu Laila. Ibu Hema Menon. Hema. I prefer like calling Ibu because Ibu is the politeness calling to in Indonesia, in Java also. Yeah, and Ibu Hema Menon. Yeah, I think similar with my name, Manon. Manon, Manon, but Hema Menon. I think Ibu Nirmala and then Ibu Hela. Yeah. And also all of the presenter. And thank you very much for the international collaborator. My beloved student, Ibu Urifa is my student.
Thank you, Ma'am.
My active, my diligent student. And
I'm here because of you, Ma'am.
Congratulations! I'm proud. I'm proud of you. And also Ibu Ram Kumari, ya, Ibu Ram Kumari, ma'am. Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Truly, it is very nice to meet you all, that we can share the endless topic. Yeah, we can say like this because talking about the woman, that we can talk many topics related to the woman empowerment. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I ask permission to share my PowerPoint. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Nah, Ladies and gentlemen, so now we want to share about women empowerment in the effort to create a family resilience, resilience. This is, I think, family resilience is very important. So that is why the woman that create a role in the family should be empowered. Because in the family that so we can say that some women powerless and then subordinate and thus in hindering development. So that's why women need to be empowered in order that there is an empowerment program and have access to developmental. And then now I think it is common. We know all that in community there is a growing reality that the development of discriminate attitude and action against women, namely discrediting women as a low sex than men, has resulted women having to experiencing development delay in various areas of life, even their life threatens. This is, I think, what we face now, and then we have to try. We have to do the effort how to make the woman powerful. And then before discussing about the women empowerment, I think it is necessary for us to know what is meant by women empowerment, systemic and planned effort to achieve gender equality and justice in a family and a community life. And also we can say that as a human resource, the potential of women in terms of quality and quantity, I think it's not always below of that man. However, in the reality, it's still found that the status of the woman and the role of women in society is still subordinate. I think it is the reality, and then so we have to do many things, yeah, to make the woman empowerful. Because we know that the woman role, we know that as a mother, as a wife, as a member of community. So the wife as a mother, they have to be powerful, they have to be smart, and also as a wife and a member of a community. So that is the reason why that this empowerment is very important. So also women work, yeah, we have, as I stated before, that a mother as a wife and a member of society. And woman empowerment, I think it is close related with the family. So we know I give also the definition of the family. It is a similar unit that as a result of two-way communication, that this is how the communicates, that there is a fluent communication, father and mother, and then husband and wife, and then so this way this it is called a family. It is a small unit that there is a good relationship, there is good good condition in the family. Now this is discussing about the family. It is we also that it is necessary for us to know the of family resilience. Yeah, resilience. Family resilience is a dynamic condition of a family that has tenacity and toughness and contain material, physical, and mental spiritual abilities to live independently and develop themselves and their families to live harmoniously in increasing physical welfare and inner happiness. It is stated in Article 1, number 15 of the Law number 10 of 1992 concerning population development and population prosperous family. This is family resilience. Why is it important that we discuss about the family resilience? Resilience, it means that the condition of the family is conducive, yeah, and how we can make the student is a good character if the family resilience is not good. So this way, this is very very important because now is the decade for the parent, but to 20 years ago in the 20 years in Europe and will be held by nation really for them. So we have to prepare. So they must be protected and they must be safe and then they grow well. I think it is the role of the family, how they have to build a family resilience. Resilience is very important. And there are so many indicator or pillar of the family resilience here, spiritual welfare, safety, convenience, and justice. So from the four pillar here, if the four pillar is good in the family, so the family will result a good family resilience. So this condition will lead the children grows well. So the nation will be good in the future if they have a young generation. So that's why the role of the family, the role of the parents. I think I like the saying that parents, mother and father is the first teacher of religion, and the family and the house and the home is the first school for the things. I often say like this because I think it is very important. So that's why this is very important that we have to conduct such kind of program how to empower women. Yeah. Okay. And then I would like to share what we have done in Center of Women Empowerment and Children Care of University of Muhammadiyah Malang. They are covered in three agenda. There is research, empowerment, and assistance. So in every activity, most of the activity, it is based on the research. That the research that we among of those research, I mentioned some of them here. There is research about children abuse. So this research held in Malang district, it's Java. So we conduct research on the junior high elementary school. Yeah, in the year of 4, 5, and 6 level, and also we conduct the research on the psychosocial. This is we conduct the research. The participant is the staff of University of Muhammadiyah Malang or are going to and having retired. So we have such program to empower them. Yeah, and also about the leadership, we conduct the research about the type of women leader in Malang City, and then we also to dig out how they make decision, because we know that sometimes there are some differences among the women leader and with the men leader. And also about the welfare, identification of the quality of life at home business. So the participant here is the women who have at home business with the factor influences. And then the second about the woman empowerment and children care. We have such kind of program that increasing the welfare. It is conducted in Karangrejo village. We know that in Malang district there is a policy that one village, one destination. So that's why we assist them to make a village destination. Yeah, so we have 3 years program. And this year is the end. And also we try to increase staff income by giving such kind of training, cooking, and also batik. What is it? Mbak Rifa in batik, batik, and
it's also batik, ma'am. Yeah, everywhere is batik. International.
Batik, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and also the other empowering the staff knowledge how to get business licensee, because some of the staff who has retired or approaching to retire, they have a small business. So I think it is important. For the children, we conduct also the competition, drawing, reading poem, and coloring, and etc. And also we try to invite to the parent children, and then we give about life empowerment, and also we do some community service, yeah, in the school, kindergarten up to junior high school. So this is what some of we do. Yeah, it is the role of the Center of Women. And also, we try to develop children character by giving anti-corruption education. We try to come to the school, and then we coordinate with the corruption watch, KPK, and then we try to give education to them in like a game on in other agenda. And also so story writing for the kindergarten teachers. Yeah, so I think teaching writing is very important. So once again, congratulations, Ibu
Kumari. Yes.
Ram Kumari. Yeah, I think it's very good. I give great appreciation that because we have a step, or we if we write, we will leave my name forever. Yeah, if we write, yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, we have a jejak, yeah, jejak in Indonesia. Yeah, kita footprint. If we write, if we don't write, we don't have any footprint. Yeah, I think congratulations, Ibu Ram Kumari. and now I start also write some children. Yeah, sorry. Story. I give some of the education, how to make the student more disciplined. I have already write for a book on ontology, in ontology, Mbak Rifa. This is what and then education to the parent, giving parenting training also. And then the example lactation management, and also the LPTKA also with team has such kind of mobile application. Yeah, so the sister can reconcile to me about the lactation, and also educate the teacher how to make school comfortable, safe for the children. Jadi sekolah ramah anak, we can say in Indonesia. Yeah. Okay. In the next agenda about the assistant pendampingan. We have assistant for victim of domestic violence, and then assistant for victim of sexual abuse, and assistant for victim psychological problem. But the assistant sometimes is not so finished because if it is covered with the police, and then our access is limited. Yeah, so we just we can do is giving the psychological assistance, and then we have such kind of stress healing. Yeah, stress healing. This is what we do. So I think good this agenda. I give much appreciation. We can discuss. We can share about anything about the women empowerment. I think it's very good agenda. Yeah, good program. Thank you very much. This is what I can share with you all here. If I'm sorry if there is something left, and that we are going to discuss in the progress. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Ms. Tadit, ma'am. So
presentation.
And I stop set. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
So insightful. Okay, over to you, Ms. Amy.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Tatit. And next presentation is from the first keynote speaker. That's from Teacher Nirmala, and I will share her profile. Name Nirmala Devi Kandasamy. She is a teacher with 22 years of teaching experience, studies, and Bachelor of Education TESL, Master of Education TESL, and she is English Language Subject Excellent Educator of SK St. Patrick Malaysia, Head of English Language Panel of SK St. Patrick Malaysia, Highly Immersive Program District Educator, a change maker in teaching primary school students using technology, and so on. And now let's listen the presentation from Teacher Nirmala. Time is yours.
Thank you so much, Teacher Amy Fatmawati, for the introduction about me. A very good evening from Malaysia. I'm Nirmala Devi Kandasamy. I'm an educator from Malaysia. Thank you so much for inviting me for this wonderful session. Very good evening, selamat malam to all the ibu-ibu from SD Aisyah Kota Malang, especially Teacher Urifa, and also especially to our first speaker, Ibu Tahid as well. And I really enjoyed and had a kind of motivation in this topic, women empowerment, from after listening to Ibu Tahid. Thank you so much for the wonderful opening, ma'am.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay. All right. And of course, when we talk about empowering women, Ibu Tahid, she had clearly explained about the family role, resilience, safety, spiritual welfare, safety, and justice. And we can see from the opening as well of the book of Al-Beli from Ram Kumari ma'am, a round of applause to Ram Kumari ma'am. Yes, so that is already showing women empowerment. where we encourage women to be a par with men, and there's no gender inequality. So meaning to say we cater both genders equally, and in Malaysia as well, we are given equal rights for men and women, and we women are given, in fact, special treatments in all the fields for us to get jobs, as well as for us to start business, and the opportunities are plenty. So just now, ma'am, she was, explaining the basic rules of family, and of course, being in Asian countries, we are bound with what you call our family rules and regulations, where usually, girls or ladies, we are strict to more rules, in order to whenever out, or we are bind with so quite number of rules in order to safeguard our safety. That was one of the elements that Ibu Tahid was talking about, safety of I was attracted also to what she said about the activities conducted by after research was done for the women in order to empower them. So these are the support that we can give in the community. So these kind of supports are given in Malaysian community for women as well. So a lot of many NGOs and also government policies are also adhering to safeguard women's safety, and also to uplift them, to give them more opportunities. And for me, I always believe that education is one of the tools that can really have one of the weapon, one of the way for us to empower women. Because if we manage to get many children out there to study, and definitely they can survive on their own, and they know how to take care of themselves, and they can earn for their own living. So education is an important web, I would say, in order to empower women. And at the same time, for what we are today is actually also it's actually also because of our self-esteem. So we need to boost the self-esteem of women in order for them to believe in themselves. And what Ibu Tahid was telling, that encourage them to in batik crafting, batik chanting and all that. So it is also part of small businesses they can start off, but it can give impact for them to survive, earning some money. Okay, because so when we encourage them, and definitely they can think about the what you call the talents that they have in themselves in order to come out, rather than depending on other people, right? Especially the single mothers. And then we should shut down negativities, where sometimes we see that women are prone for exposure as the models for magazines and all that. So it depends on individual how they want to earn money and all that, but actually it depends on them to adhere to the culture in order to be exposed to the public, and in this kind of social media pages and all that. And another one is women are vulnerable, so they need to have the strength in them to fight in any situation, because once we are born in this world, so the God has given us the strength to fight in any situation. Do not give up. Do not give up in any situation. There will be some people to lift us up. So always believe in ourselves and pray. Like Ibu Tahid said, one of the elements that I saw in her slide is spiritual. Yes, being an Asian country, especially in Malaysia, and also Indonesia, India, and other countries as well. I'm sorry if I believe in our spiritual path. So I think with the guidance of our parents, our family members, definitely we will see them as role models, and we will adhere to the rules and regulation. Definitely we will be a warrior in order to fight and come out in our life, because life is tough. It's not easy. Not all of us are born with golden spoons. So due to that, we need to really work hard. And we see women out there, they are doing multiple tasking. For instance, if let's say my husband, he wants to go to a place, he just drive to one place and come back. But I have ever experienced going to 15 to 20 places before coming home, because as a woman, when we drive the car, 1,001 things in our mind. We will be thinking about the children, we'll be thinking of what to cook today, we'll be thinking about what to teach today, and we'll be thinking about, so many 1,001 things. So I'm sure many of you out there, you are also in the same shoes like me. So driving on the road is actually a kind of reflecting memory, I would say. Along the journey, we are on the road, we have to safeguard our safety on the road, but at the same time, 1,001 things will be running in our minds. So I'm sure, women out there, you will agree with me. Okay, and then regarding advocate for female colleagues, I'm meaning to say that more opportunities also should be given in workplaces for women to come out. And I think in Malaysia, plenty of opportunities are given to women. So I wouldn't say they are deprived or what. So they are given equal opportunities. It's just that we need to grab the opportunities given in front of our eyes. And then also support women-run businesses. So meaning to say we can support them. For example, during this pandemic, those strict control orders have been posed in the country nationwide. But once the strict SOPs have been lift up. So the women I see mostly they are running this food business, this cash on delivery, food panda. It's like booming up so fast. So people here, we are really supporting women-led businesses. Like what Ibu Tahir was sharing is a wonderful sharing. And I always believe that we need to survive in order to come up in life. So life is very tough. It's not easy for many of us. So due to that, it is a struggle, it is a challenge, don't give up. So this is a policy that I always hold. And if I do not know anything, I will ask favor from anybody in this world, because I have global educators like you to assist and help me. And most importantly, we need to support each other and to empower women. Education is one of the best ways to empower women, and please do not give up. That's it. That's all from me, Teacher Rifa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Teacher Nirmala. And the
Welcome, teacher.
And the next speech from Miss Laila. And before he give the presentation, I will share her profile. Name, Lailatul Fitriyah Azakiyah. She was born at a small village in Lamongan, East Java, educated at pesantren or Islamic boarding school called in Ponorogo, East Java. She obtained her degree at Faculty of Islam Law, Sunan Kalijaga State Islamic University, Yogyakarta, and her magister in Islamic education is completed at University of Muhammadiyah Malang, East Java. She is very much interested in Quranic studies, and she is a founder of Faith Al-Hikmah Foundation. Is a non-profit foundation dedicated to the poor and needy. And now, Ma'am Laila, time is yours.
Thank you very much, Teacher Amy. Good evening, everyone, wherever you are. Honorable Ibu Tatit Manun Andini, who is a senior humble lecturer that I have now. Dr. Hema Menon, I just realized that Bu Tatit and Dr. Hema have a similar name. Between India and Indonesia can have the same name.
India and Japanese, yeah.
What language that Bu Tatit? Menon mean?
Yeah, Menon from India because my father like reading many books, you know.
Oh,
So some of the term my elder sister is from India and then from other places.
oh, I see. Okay. And respectable to all teachers, principal of SDA Asia, the speakers, teacher Nirmala, teacher Hola, and my appreciation to Bu Urifa, Bu Emi, and teacher Ramkumari, who has organized this program very well. First of all, I'd like to express my gratitude and say thank you very much for giving me a uh, valuable opportunities and experience by joining this program. Actually, my background education is not English, and actually my English is not very well. Even I had been living 5 years in 2 countries with English, but my English is not improving well. So this is will become my first opportunity to. Ladies and gentlemen, we have listened together to Butati's presentation and also teacher Nirmala with the wonderful presentations. I'll just continue with a short or brief presentation, and maybe this is just additional information about women empowerment. Bu Emi, maybe you can share the PowerPoint. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I will try to present the as topic that we discuss or talk about tonight or this evening is woman empowerment. We will start with, can you go to the next? Okay, this is I summarize from many articles or videos in social media. That's one of the article I take from worldvision.com.au. We will start this presentation with we see the facts. Yeah, in this website, told that maybe this is a research or something. They told that 750 million women and girls alive today were married before the age of 18. So we can imagine how young the women and girls were married. So the second is 1 in 5 women have experienced physical or sexual violence in the last 12 months. So we also can imagine that how if the population 5 million, so 1 million of women have experienced physical or sexual violence. And the third, maybe this is also the research, they told that 23.7% representation of women in political office. So by the explanation, we know that a woman still often suffer from one, discrimination, second, lack of access to good jobs, three, unequal pay, and four, lack of advancement. We go to the next slide. Okay, now we talk about what the definition of women empowerment. This is also I summarized from the article that definition of women empowerment is promoting women's sense of self-worth, their ability to determine their own choices and their right to influence social change for themselves and others. So means that we need to empower each other, women. The next, how the ways we go to the how the ways to empower women. The first we can do with a changing in women's mobility and social interaction. The second, we also can do by change in women's labor patterns, change in women's access to and control over resources, and change in women's control over decision makers. To the next. Okay. I also summarize from the article that there are 5 main parts of women empowerment. The first in social, second in educational, third economic, fourth political, and 5 psychological. Okay, we explain one by one what in social empowerment mean, that how women can enjoy of equal right, equal status, and freedom of self-development with men. And educational empowerment mean why women need the good education, because education creates self-confidence and self-sufficient. A president of Harvard University told that we educate women because it is smart. No, not yet, Bu Emi. Can you go to the previous? We educate women because it is smart. We educate women because it changes the world. The other quote told that educate a man and you educate an individual. Educate a woman and you educate a family. I remember one of Arabic idiom told that al-ummu madrasatun idza a'datta sya'ban tibal a'raq. Mean a mother is like a school. If we prepare a mother or a woman with a good preparation, that means that we prepare a good nation. The next, in economic empowerment. Why? Because economic become a powerful tool against poverty. And the fourth is in political empowerment. You can go to the next slide, Bu Emi. Means that women can participate in the political sphere and in various decision-making areas. And the last one, maybe I'll also read this quote, that a critical part of empowering women is ensuring they have access to political space, to leadership and decision-making at the highest level. And the last empowerment in psychological empowerment. That means that as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, we need or we can do joining in any institution or occupations, give some opportunities to see and to know more of the world than those who stay behind the home. Now for the last presentation, I'll read some quotes of women empowerment. The first from Teriano Lesancha, the advocate and former World Vision sponsor child. She said that it all starts with one family choosing to sponsor one child. helping that one girl. You don't know how many other lives you can touch. Gloria Steinem, the American feminist, journalist, and social political activist, told that women are always saying we can do anything that men can do, but men should be saying we can do anything that women can do. I still have two quotes. I'll read the next from Mary Wollstonecraft. This is an English writer and advocate of educational and social equality for women. I don't wish women to have power over men, but over themselves. And the end, from Malala Yousafzai, Pakistani activist for female education and the youngest Nobel Prize laureate, told that I raised up my voice not so I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. We cannot succeed when half of us are held back. I think that's all what I can deliver. I apologize for any mistakes or maybe incorrect what I told. Thank you very much.
Oh, wonderful. No need to apologize, Ms. Laila. Tul's your presentation is so insightful, and other presenters also wonderful. So tonight, it's evening, so many knowledge that I myself get. And I hope that all participants here stays still end of the session, because we will share the link for all participant certificate for all participants at the end of the session. So don't move. Thank you. Over to you, teacher Amy.
Yes, thank you, and thank you, Ma'am Laila. That's wonderful presentation. And the next presentation from Ma'am Dr. Hema Menon from India, and I will share her curriculum vitae. Name, Dr. Mrs. Hema Menon. She is a professor, head and Department of Law, Dr. Ambedkar College, Deksa Bhumi, Nagpur. Education qualification, PhD in Law, specification in school, in social security, double LM, commercial law, and BA English Lit, MA public administration, and MS in sociology. Teaching qualification, NET in law with a comprehensive 20 years experience of teaching undergraduate and postgraduate law subjects. And he have many research such as gender issues, QA, social security right of women worker, women right, domestic violence against women, and human right, labor laws, and so on. And now time for Dr. Hema Menon. Time is yours.
Thank you very much for inviting me here. All the dignitaries on the desk, I would like to just look at the screen and acknowledge a few of them. The principal of this school, then Madam Lailatul Fitria, Madam Emi, Madam Nirmala Devi, and all the other teachers were the keynote speakers of this function. I am extremely glad to be here today with all of you, and I am really happy to be sharing my thoughts on women empowerment, especially by focusing on women empowerment schemes that the government of India provides. I did not have the time to make a PowerPoint, but I will make this as brief and as lucid as possible so that everybody shall be able to take the crux of what I wish to speak to you about. There is a Sanskrit shloka which says, Yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devataha. Yatraitastu na pujyante sarvastatra phala kriya. This means that where women are worshipped, there lives the gods. Wherever they are not worshipped, all actions result in failure. This whole shloka highlights the importance of women in our society, and I'm sure this is true globally, isn't it? It highlights the importance of how women should be treated with dignity and respect. Women, because they bring blessings to the home and they bring prosperity to the whole nation itself and the society in which they live. We are part, unfortunately, of a very patriarchal realm where it is believed that men have the right to rule. This is truly unfortunate because women, in fact, face a lot of difficulties and hardships. But stay strong, sit strong, stand tall. The rights that the modern era women are asking of men in this era has been given to us a very long time back by our own culture and wisdom in India. Actually, the Indian culture is so rich that the earliest known educated woman has been a educated person has been known to be a woman, and yet we unfortunately talk about women empowerment in this very society because the sad truth is that the population considers there is a lot of discrimination. But still, I would like to emphasize here that the tradition of India has always valued women. And this particular shloka that I began with is a constant reminder to everyone to work towards the betterment and empowerment of women. Because women play an important role in the society, they play a crucial, vital, pivotal role in the family because the family is dependent on the women for their day to day activities. A woman plays the role of mother, wife, homemaker. She plays the role of a cook, a teacher, a friend. She nurses all at the same time. She caters to everybody's needs. This is the bottom line, ladies. And this is what a woman is made of. The women who are in a workplace or who are doing jobs, they also have to fulfill more job responsibilities while managing both home and family. The life of women definitely is hard, but she is stronger in doing that. I should do not think that we should make this as our weakness. I feel that this is our strength that we should be proud of. That she gets little or no appreciation is a sad truth, but she is still able to fulfill everything. That is the reality. There are a lot of women who are extremely talented and multitaskers, but unfortunately, there is no recognition for them. On the other hand, there have been great women who have been duly recognized also. So we cannot lose sight of that fact too. There is definitely a gender inequality, and this is a major hindrance in the growth and advancement of women. And of course, this means that the male and female are performing similar tasks, but they are getting different returns. This especially is true in rural societies, less in the urban societies. The male child, unfortunately, is always encouraged, given precedence over the girl child, and there we fail our children, our future, our society, and our nation. Domestic violence is the sad truth throughout the world, I'm sure, And of course, it is true even in our country. Now, as divorce is a taboo, it is still a taboo in our society. In Indian society, whatever be the religion, divorce is still a taboo. So, women silently suffer abusive marriages, go through domestic violence, keep quiet about it. And these are the women who need to be empowered. These are the women who need to be brought out of this suffering out of their homes. And they need to be taught to stand up for themselves, for their own rights, and to, for their own dignity, they need to be taught and supported by the society and people like us who are educated. We need to empower them so that somehow domestic violence can be controlled, if not maybe totally stopped. The other factor that we need to look at is the economic independence of women. As women are generally given poor education, or sometimes in certain rural areas, in some parts of the country, no education at all due to the gender discrimination, they are not able to get good jobs. They do not get the better opportunities because they are not educated to reach those heights. So they have to stay home and do the lesser paid jobs. N number of domestic workers, women who are working at homes, do so many tasks but remain unpaid. They are doing the unpaid work, and this is not even counted in the economy of the country. This needs to change. This can be brought about only when we educate our boys, our men, and our male population. And through them, we need to empower women and recognize the fact that the bread earner of the family is no more only the man of the house, but it can also be the contributing woman who does not get economic independence. If we want to see the economy and the country to develop at the global level and come forward at the global front, then it's very important that we take care of women empowerment. The actual women empowerment will come by only when we focus on this economic independence of the women. Now, if we look at women and education, what we see is quality education is the key to empowerment of women. And slowly, where literacy levels and awareness in the society is increasing, we need to also uh, bring about the focus on importance of education to women. Many parents today want to educate their daughters equally as their son, and that is quite commendable. But this you do not see in most rural parts. Hence, we need to also bring before them all those leading women scientists, teachers, collectors, and such like women who have made achievement, notable achievement as business leaders also, so that they will be inspired to grow and educate their own daughters. Women are really good decision makers. So this women empowerment would do well to allow women to be economically free, to be good financial decision makers, both in the family and at the workplace level, because they are the ones who actually work at the micro level and they are able to understand the multitasking aspect. They are better organizers and administrators. So it is high time now that they need not take the permission of men to empower themselves and to reach heights. Now, I would like to bring to your notice a few of the schemes so that we do not lose sight of them, because these are the points that are the main highlights that we need to talk about. Basically, social, educational, economic, political, and psychological empowerment. But I would also like to throw light on some of the government schemes that are there in India, because it's very important for us to understand that our government is definitely not looking the other way when we are talking about women empowerment. Basically, we have something called as a universal women helpline scheme, which is introduced to provide 24 hours immediate and emergency response to women affected by violence. Now, this has a whole chain of organizational setup through which women can feel safe, and by reaching out to this helpline they can be protected and they can be made independent of domestic violence and abuse and come out of such abusive situations. Now, the Ministry of Women and Child Development in our country has formulated a centrally sponsored scheme for setting up a one stop center. Now, this is a sub scheme of an umbrella scheme of the National Mission for Empowerment of Women, which is also inclusive of the Indira Gandhi Matritva Sahyog Yojana. These centers established across the country shall be providing integrated support and assistance under one roof to women affected by all kinds of violence. So these two are mainly about the protection against violence. The other notable scheme of the government is the Ujjwala scheme. Ujjwala scheme is a comprehensive scheme for prevention of trafficking and rescue, rehabilitation and reintegration of the victims of trafficking for commercial sexual exploitation. It is very important to note that this whole setup is there to prevent as well as protect women who go through unfortunate situations like these of trafficking and abuse. So this, the implementing agencies here are again run by the center and the state government through the child welfare development of the state governments, women development corporations, centers, local bodies, and many NGOs who also volunteer and join hands with the government to see to it that this scheme works. The component of these schemes are extremely relevant to note because there are 4 or 5 important components here. One is prevention of abuse, the second is the rescue aspect, the third is the rehabilitation aspect, fourth is the reintegration into society aspect, finally repatriation. So they have a whole scheme whereby the woman can be protected if she has gone through abuse and she can be made to stand up on her own. There is a Swadhar Graha scheme by the Ministry of Women and Child Development, which targets the women victims of unfortunate circumstances, maybe economically or otherwise, and provides them institutional support for rehabilitation so that they can lead their life with dignity. The scheme kind of provides shelter, food, clothing, and health, as well as economic and social security for women victims of difficult circumstances. So, this includes widows, this includes destitute women, aged women who do not have anybody to take care of them. So, this Swadhar Graha scheme is implemented to take care of these. There is another scheme called as the Nirbhaya Fund Background Scheme. This is again about the violence and abuse of women. So I generally wanted to highlight these few schemes which are relevant and important and are really making a difference in the lives of women in our country. And I feel that today, when we see women are at the forefront and they are doing everything that is done by any other person, whether it be a male or anyone, why not we, as the educated women, join hands together and see to it that women are empowered through education, through some kind of a support that we can provide. This particular platform that you people have come together and formed, and all the ladies today here, all the keynote speakers today here have put across their ideas. These need to reach these women who are uneducated. If we can reach to them, reach out to them, and we can make them understand the relevance and importance of coming out of their houses and standing up for themselves, I think it will go a long way in women empowerment. Thank you so much. I really commend you. I appreciate each and every one of the speaker here who has put across her thoughts so beautifully expressed herself so wonderfully, and I'm sure that each one of you in your own way is making a great difference in your societies, and I applaud you for this, and I thank you one more time for giving me the opportunity to present myself and talk on behalf of my country on this platform. Thank you so much. I'm sure that everybody shall be safe and healthy and do have a pleasant night ahead. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful, Dr. Hema Menon, and thank you for the insightful presentation. Over to you. Well, I would like to greet the friends from Mexico too. Welcome and enjoy the session. Okay, over to you, Miss Amy.
Thank you, Ma'am Hema Menon. That's very informative. And next, the last but not least, presentation from Miss Hola Francisca, and I will share her profile. Named Hola Francisca. She is an English lecturer of Palangkaraya Christian University, Indonesia. Her skills are teaching, English text translation, English text translator, able to operate computer, public speaking skill. Her languages, English and Bahasa Indonesia as a native language. Education, MPD, Master of Education at Palangkaraya University 2009 to 2012. SPD, Bachelor of Education at Palangkaraya University 2003 to 2007. Experiences, an English lecturer at Palangkaraya Christian University 2012 now. Founder and teacher at Global Speaking Partner 2021, a global educator and collaborator, and an entrepreneur. And now, time is your Miss Hola.
Okay, thank you so much, Teacher Amy. And also I want to say, thank you so much for SDI Siah Malang that organized this wonderful webinar. And also for Teacher Uri, hi. I don't know, have I say good evening or good night because it's 10 here, 10 p.m.
It's still evening, and in some country it's still morning, like Olga just joining. She's from Mexico, and I think it is still morning in Mexico.
Okay, and also I want to say hi and hello for all participants here, and also for all honorable speakers, Ibu Nathit, Teacher Nirmala, Ms. Lailatul, Dr. Hema, Ms. Ramkumari, and many others. I will share my screen. Okay. Okay, here is my screen about women empowerment. Here we will talk about the definitions for the first. Women's empowerment can be defined to promoting women's sense of self-worth, their ability to determine their own choices, and their right to influence social change for themselves and others. As a human resource, the potential of women in terms of quantity and quality is not below that of men. However, in reality, it is still found that the status of women and the role of women in society are still subordinate and not yet as equal partners with men. And here's Why women need to be empowered? There is a reality. Injustice to women as a global phenomenon. And also women become completely left behind and backward. Powerless, subordinate, thus hindering development. Women need to be empowered. Realizations of women's empowerment program, women have access in development. And I will skip this for the reality in society and also for the gender. Let's we see the differences in the meaning of sex and gender. Sex is the biological differences between man and woman. Women produce eggs, get pregnant, and give birth. Males produce sperm natures. And also it same all over the world. It doesn't change over time and it's impossible to exchange. While gender itself is the difference in roles, rights and obligations, power and opportunity between men and women in community life. Gender differences are not natural but man-made. And also it's not the same depending on the culture and development of the community. It changes from time to time, allows to be exchanged and interchangeable. And now here's I will skip the gender differences breeds injustice because we know about this. Here's you can see the forms of gender inequality that growing in society. So we have some parts here. We have the subordinations or numbering. Women do not have the opportunity to make decisions even concerning themselves. Women must submit the decisions or to decisions made by men. And then how about the marginalizations? So economic marginalizations of women is the weak opportunity for women to economic resources, such as land, credits, and markets. And then how about the excessive workload? Women generally have triple role, namely the productive, reproductive, and community maintaining roles. How is it? Women's working hours are longer. No chance to do things outside of his routine. No chance for staff improvement. And then for the negative stance or stereotypes, the development of negative image of women who cannot necessarily be justified, disclosing opportunities in various fields such as economics, politics, and culture. Weak people, many people say women are the weak peoples, emotional and irrational. Now, how about the violence? Gender-based violence is violence against women in both physical and psychological forms due to the unfavorable positions of women. What are? Rape, including in love, marriage, physical attack like torture, prostitution, trafficking, pornography, porno actions, coercion in family planning, sexual harassment, and many others. So now, the development objectives of the women's empowerment. What are the objectives of that? To improve the status, position, and condition of women so that they can achieve equal progress with men. To build children who are healthy, smart, cheerful, and devoted and protected. Why to build children? Because a woman has the most close relationship with children. And then here's our my country, Indonesia National Strategy for Women's Empowerment Program. Number one, national development with a gender perspective and care for children. Development of a harmonious equal partnership between women and men. And the third, partnership and network development. Number four, development of indicators, reward system development, expansions of education for girls, and also management information system development. And how about the realizations? Improving the position and role of women in various fields of life, increasing the role of women as decision makers in realizing gender equality and justice, improving the quality of the role and independence of women's organizations by maintaining the value of unity and integrity, increase the commitment and capacity of all institutions that fight for gender equality and justice, developing women's empowerment efforts, family and community welfare, and child protection. And here we can see the gender issues in Indonesia. We can see the gender issue in Indonesia in the field of educations. So you can see here that in Indonesia, the number of women who are illiterate is twice as large as men. The higher level of education, the lower the participants of women compared to men. The highest level of education completed by women is lower than that of men. There are still symptoms of gender segregations in the selections of majors or study programs in high school, vocational schools, and universities. And then number 5, we can see that continuations of studies for children. If funds are limited, the priority is for boys, even though their achievements are lower than girls. It is happening in some area. Readings and illustration in teaching materials still show the unequal roles of men and women, namely public and domestic. The principal decisions to expel a pregnant student out of wedlock, while a student who make pregnant can still go to school, not expelled. It's always happen, I think. And then the low representation of women in structural position and the limited understanding of education managers and implementers of the importance of gender equality and justice. And the last, we can see in the field of education that we have the representations of women in functional functions is still lacking, such as curriculum developers, researchers, and professors. And then how about the gender issue in the economy? So we can see there the female labor force in the both urban and rural. Women 45.47% and then lower than men 81.19%. And how about the salaries received by female workers are much lower than those received by male workers. The open unemployment rate for women is higher than that for men. Women get 7.50% while men get 6.7% in rural and urban areas. Women's working time for the productions. For the productions and reproductions activities is greater than their husbands. And then the positions at the management level in the state and private companies are dominated by male employees. The harvesting system and also for female workers who work with their husbands, they are usually registered as workers but do not receive wage directly because the wages are received by their husbands. And then also the position of women in companies and factories generally dominates work as laborers. And here we can see the issues in how the low participations of men in the implementation of family planning or the use of contraceptions and reproductive health. The act of abortions that only afflicts and is felt by women, while men who are one of the causes tend to are not willing to take responsibility. And here's how about in family. In the family decisions making such as investing, buying valuables tends to be done by the husband. The divisions of tasks in the family, the wife is more on domestic work and father is on public duties. In determining political attitudes towards certain parties, wives follow their husbands. Eating habit in family put fathers or husband and son first. And then in the family for decision making, as in the case of investment, buying valuables tends to be done by the husband. Division of tasks in the family, mother, wife is more and domestic work, while father, husband is more and public duty. In determining political attitudes towards certain political parties, wives tends to follow their husbands. And then here's, I think you can see here's the gender issue in the political field. The position and the role of women in the management of political parties is lower than that of women. And then here, the representations of women in legislative institutions, both at center and regionally, is very small compared to men. In the executive field, positions such as governor, regent, deputy regent, mayor, deputy mayor are dominated by men. Positions such as judges, prosecutors, Supreme Court justice are more occupied by men than women. In executive institutions, the higher the echelon level, the more men occupying position. The number of cabinet members, ministers, is more male than female. Okay, I will skip the cause factors because you can see theirs and you can read what are the cause of the factors. And then now, what the women struggles in Indonesia. We already know as a woman from Indonesia, the equality of rights between men and women in the field of education began with Raden Ajeng Kartini in 1908. Indonesian Women Congress on December 22nd, 1928. It's celebrated as the Mother's Day. And then we have PKK, Family Welfare Development Activities as an independent organizations in 1957. And the last in the New Order era atau era Orde Baru. In 1978, the Ministry of Women's Role Affairs was formed. The ideology is Panca Dharma Wanita, nature of woman, that say that women as faithful companies of husband, and then mother-child educators, and then household managers, as a worker to supplement family income, and as a useful member of society. So these are that all women have done in Indonesia to empower the woman. And then what have Indonesia now achievement? So we can see there, women in Indonesia, they have been able to fight for their right to be able to go to school now. And then they have been able to fight for their right to work, not only to be housewives. And then the existence of Indonesian law that ensures their safety from sexual harassment. The existence of Indonesian law regarding household violence. Women are given the opportunity to lead to be shown by presence of a female president in Indonesia, namely Megawati Soekarno Putri in year 2001 to 2004. And now I will talk about me, myself. As a woman, what have I done for contributing in women empowerment? You know, I'm a happy woman with 2 kids and also a baby in my stomach. And then I become a mom means I already empower myself to be a useful person, not just for myself, but also for my little family. A wife and a mom is my important daddy. So I think this is a very important things that we are ready to do to be empowered as a woman. And now here, I'm a lecturer who has been able to show that I'm able to teach and share knowledge with many students. And I founded an English learning center called Global Speaking Partner that can help many students from primary school, secondary, also adult learners to learn English together. This shows that as a woman, I also contribute to the world of education. And now, as an entrepreneur, I empower the handicrafts of Kalimantan Dayak women to be developed into attractive fashions in my Laurina gallery. And the last, I also have my traditional restaurant, namely Kuliner Tempo Dulu Serba Kandas, where I open up job opportunities for many people. I have about more than 10 employees in my restaurants, and then which means that I have empowered my abilities as a woman to become an entrepreneur. So I think that's all. Thank you very much. And
Thank you so much.
That's all. Thank you.
So we don't need to empower you, Teacher Hola. So you are so powerful woman.
Yeah, thank you so much for that.
Okay, that's the wonderful presentation from Teacher Paula. It is now time for vote of thanks. It will be delivered by teacher, by Mrs. Rajani Natwana. She is Alok Senior Secondary School, Ratsaman, Rajasthan. To Mrs. Rajani, the floor is yours. Okay, Ramkumari, ma'am, is she here? Mrs. Ranjani? Ramkumari, ma'am, is Miss Ranjani here?
She's joined, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Mrs. Ranjani, you are muted. Please unmute yourself. Ranjani, ma'am, please unmute yourself. Amy, ma'am, can you unmute her?
I think I can, ma'am. So, Ma'am Rajani should be unmute herself.
Okay. Ranjani, ma'am, can you unmute yourself? Please press the microphone on Zoom. Ma'am Amy, would you please to allow Rajani ma'am to unmute?
Okay.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Now you're audible. Yes, yes.
Okay, ma'am. A very big thank to all the dignitaries. Thank from my bottom of my heart, ma'am. As you know that it's night here in India, the stars are shining and so are the wise words of the speakers. Let me summarize it as it's too late here. Mr. Vijay Menon, sir, Mr. Sagar, Mr. Sameer, Mr. Harshvardhan, Mr. Rima, and famous writers, Mrs. Poonam Tiwari, Lakshmi Rao, Mrs. Rashmi, Mr. Sameer, Mr. Praveen, Mr. Rashmi again, Mrs. Kiran, Mrs. Mini, Mr. Lalit Goswami, and Mrs. Ramkumari. Very big thank, ma'am, to be the part. I have joined. This is the first time for me, and I'm very happy that all the teachers have joined from the whole world. It was nice meeting all of you. May you have a very happy weekend. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. And now it is time to awarding all speakers with the certificate from SDICA. Ma'am Amy, would you please to share? And I will call Dr. Susan to award this. Dr. Susan is from Blue Planet Global Education. Oh, by the way, Dr. Susan, you can introduce yourself.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I am delighted to present the awards, the certificates, and delighted to be here. So thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, Dr. Susan is Florida, and we've been collaborating since last year. So we're collaborating with the two sessions from the Blue Planet Global Education project. Thank you for coming to the Susan.
Thank you. This has been most informative.
Okay, Ms. Amy, you can share the certificate for the speaker.
So, there we go.
Yeah,
so the certificate of presentation or participation is presented to Lalatul Fithraya. Am I saying that correctly? Congratulations for her phenomenal and worthy presentation as guest speaker at the International Webinar Women's Empowerment, organized by SD Izaya Kota Malang. Thank you. This certificate of participation is awarded to Dr. Hima V. Menon for her phenomenal and worthy presentation as keynote speaker. This certificate of participation is awarded to Hala Francisca for her phenomenal and worthy presentation as keynote speaker. This certificate of participation is presented to Nirmala, Nirmala Devi Kandasamy. Hopefully that's correct, for her phenomenal and worthy presentation as keynote speaker.
Thank you, ma'am. Perfectly correct.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
And this certificate of participation is awarded to Tathit Manon Andini for her phenomenal and worthy presentation as guest speaker.
Thank you so much, Susan, and I hope all speakers here are happy with this appreciation from the bottom of my heart. Now our serious session is over, so we can have chit chat afterward. Okay, Bu Amy, would you please to share link for e-certificate for all participants? So all participants will get the e-certificate, and please kindly fill the information needed, and you will get the certificate right away from your email. Okay.
Wait a minute, ma'am.
Yes, please. Okay, thank you, Cikgu Nirmala, for
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Bu Laila. Thank you, Mam
Thank
Tati.
you. Welcome.
I
Thank
really
you.
love you.
And all the
See you, Bu
educators.
Tati. Good night.
Good night. Good night, Bu
Selamat
Laila.
malam.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Selamat
Thank you,
malam
Teacher An,
semuanya.
Teacher
Yeah,
Min,
bye-bye.
Teacher Winnie, Teacher Nadia.
This wonderful presentation. Without your support, we are not able to do anything over here. Thank you so much, the principal ma'am and the entire team and our friends, those who have joined from different countries. Thank you so much, my dear loving friends, my colleagues, those who all are here. And I can feel their vibes are with us. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's a humble request to everybody. Kindly generate your certificate.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you all here. I think it
Thank
is
you
a
very
great
much.
chance. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hola.
Mari, ma'am, also. Bye-bye. Good night.
Okay. I want to say thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Selamat
Bye-bye
malam.
all.
Bu Hola.
Bye. Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Welcome.
Yeah, bye.
Okay. Olga from Mexico, I think it is morning at your place. Please say something.
Yes, good morning, everybody. I just want to appreciate the invitation to this meeting. It was really amazing to know from your country what are you doing in respect to the education. And I feel so happy because I'm going to take it as an example because I'm trying to do the same here in Mexico. We have a lot of problems, you know, around the world. And I think that as a women, we can do our best effort to improve the things in our countries. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the invitation.
For coming. Winnie, do you want to say something?
Presence of
Winnie, do you want to say something? My dear friend.
thanks.
Mam, there is echo from your side. Okay. Okay, Winnie, unmute, please. Oh, you cannot unmute. Miss Amy, would you please to unmute Winnie?
It's
okay. Okay.
it's allow for unmute herself,
Oh,
ma'am.
okay. But she's gone. Okay.
Ma'am, I already sent the link for certificate.
Okay, all participants can send. You can resend the link, Miss Amy. Maybe it is scrolled up. Okay,
Sure,
thank you
ma'am.
for coming, Yuda sir from IIU Indonesia. Would you please to say something? Okay, Susan, do you want to say something?
Sure. Can you? I was just delighted to be invited to this. I'm teaching a course for young women here on global issues, global women's issues. So I will be delighted to take this information that was presented today and this the recording of this session and to present to them so that they can learn from it and present their feedback as well. So this was delightful and I'm honored to be invited. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, after 1 or 2 days, we will share the YouTube link for this session, so we can look back on the presentation.
Perfect.
Thank you so much
Thank you
for
so much.
being. Dr. Heman Menon, do you want to say something? Or
I just want to put on record my appreciation for your real hard work, yourself and the lady who has been introducing all of us. I think everybody forgot to thank you too, because you are the pivotal, you have played the pivotal role today and in bringing us all together and introducing us and conducting this program so well and smoothly. So kudos to you. I applaud your efforts. Thank you very much.
I really appreciate it. Mom, Kadit Mom?
Yeah. Okay, thank you, my beloved student Urifa. I think this agenda is very important that we can share each other about women empowerment, because the role of a mother is very, very important, because what we educate to the other will affect our children, and what we educate to our children will affect the others children. Okay, good luck. Thank you very much, and then hopefully that we meet again in other occasion, discuss anything related to women empowerment. Okay, thank you very much, Mbak Urifa.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your
You're welcome.
knowledge. I'll never forget it. And now is because of your
Yeah, you are my very active and very intelligent student.
Thank you so much. Don't tell other side, right? Keep it as a secret.
Okay, thank you for the invitation. Yeah.
Okay. Bu Emi, would you please to unmute all participants so they can give a word for before we leave this session? Teacher Hola, do you want to say something?
I just want to say thank you very much for the ICF Malang, and also especially for you, Teacher Uri and Teacher Emi, that organized this wonderful event. And I hope I can meet all participants here and all honorable speakers here again in another events too like this. And I just want to say that there will be no more sustainable empowerment without involving women. That's all.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you
Good.
so much.
Very good. Yeah.
So powerful quotes. Okay, if there is no other words, Ramkumari, do you want to say something before we close this session?
Thanks a lot to your team.
Wonderful. Okay, everyone. Pululu, do you want to say something? Okay, okay. Okay, that's all for this evening session. I know that some of us late night, and thank you, especially Mr. David, for joining us from the very beginning and also very last.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a wonderful
Bye
night.
bye.
Sweet dream.